Hi everyone, it's Melissa from In Charge Coaching, and today we're talking about frustration in the workplace. So how to have your finger on the pulse of what's going on in your team. So if you want to bear with me 1 second, I'm just going to share this in my group. It's been a while since I did a live video, so I'm happy to be returning to it. We've had a few interesting weeks of renovations and waiting for my son to start daycare. He finally started this week, so full time, so I'm very excited for that. And I'm just sharing this right now. Share in a group. All right, so we're all set. Thank you for joining me today. If you're here, say hi. I can't always see who is here, so it's nice to get an indication of who's listening. So frustration in the workplace, very common emotion, and it can be destructive or it can be a force for good depending on how you decide to deal with it. So I want to give you 3 secrets, 3 things that you may not know that will help you lead and manage this better. So the first thing that I want to share with you about frustration is, again, it's very common in the workplace, and it's common in toxic environments, but it's also common in healthy, emotional, intelligent workplaces. So for when we look at toxic workplaces, the top 3 emotions that we see are frustration, anxiety, and stress. And for healthy workplaces, we see excitement, frustration as number 2, and happy. So why is frustration present in both toxic and healthy workplaces? Frustration is actually an indication that your team members are still engaged. So if you want to contrast it to apathy, apathy means they've given up. They're no longer engaged. So frustration is actually a good sign, meaning they're still interested, they're still engaged, they still want something. Which leads me to point number 2. What creates frustration? So frustration happens when you have a picture of something that you want, that you really, really want, and you have a perception of what you have that don't align. So there's a mismatch, and that creates frustration. So frustration is an invitation for curiosity. What do they want? What does this person want? And what do they think they have? And that leads me to the next point, which is, tension and frustration starts below the surface. So as a leader, as a manager, you need to be vigilant. You need to have a finger on the pulse of what's going on by looking for subtle hints. Because, for some people, if you look at people like icebergs, 1/11, you will hear their words, you will see their actions, their behaviors, but the emotions are below the surface. And by the time you see an action, you see a behavior, it may already be too late. Maybe they're already at that stage of apathy. Maybe they've given up. So you want to look for the subtle hints that there's frustration, so you can start being curious and you can start looking at options right away. The danger of not acting fast enough is, Jim has left. We don't know why Jim has left, and you may never know. The second thing is it will affect other team members. And then what you'll see is a drop in trust. The trust that your team members have in you as a leader to show up and to act. So they may think that you are aware of that frustration, but they may not be expressing it yet. So have your finger on the pulse and look for subtle hints that something's going on. So if you did like this video, please leave me a flame, a little fire to let me know that I am providing you value. And I am also currently offering my roadmap to resolve conflict with ease. So that's going to help you structure the 5 phases of having a constructive conversation that helps you deal with these uncomfortable situations. So if you want access to this free roadmap, please leave me a me in the comments and I will send you the PDF by DM. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next live.